Flat Earth, is it slowly dying? I think it's harder and harder to find good Flat Earth content. Mostly on repeat. But today we have a new one, a Flat Earther that loves when his audience call him Kiwi. Today we will have one more look at Nathan Oakley. It's a short part and then some more Flat Earth nonsense. So let's start with the stupid part from Nathan.
The opponent, Mez his name was, called me King Nathan. And I said, yes, you may call me King Nathan from now on, or I'll boot you out for being sarcastic. And again, somebody noted that in one of the comments in a quote. Yes, you may call me King Nathan, or I'll kick you out for sarcasm, was one of them. The other one was Earth is a roast chicken, right? So the opponent in this instance, again, Mez, is saying, well, if Earth is a sphere, and I stop him and go, no, that's begging the question. You're assuming your outcome if you start with the premise you're trying to prove. That's if Earth's a sphere. And I take it down to absurdity to make the point much more clear to the audience, which is making the exact same assertion. Well, if Earth is a roast chicken, then I've already started with the concept that Earth is a roast chicken. Therefore, there's no point in proving Earth's a roast chicken. I've already started with the premise that it is when I say if Earth is a roast chicken. We're already starting with the premise we're trying to prove, because I'm trying to prove Earth's a roast chicken, right? Well, roast chicken by comparison is globe in a begging the question fallacy. Circular reasoning. That's assuming the premise you're trying to prove.
It's not if Earth is a sphere. It is. We know it's a globe. That's not a theory. It's facts. But when Nathan claims that Earth is measured flat, isn't that a fallacy then?
The opponent was like, you're just begging the question of flatness. I'm like, no, I'm telling you how the measurements are measured and presented on Google Earth. That's not me begging the question of anything. It's me showing measurement. And again, it's not up for debate either. It's not like I'm asking for an opinion on whether or not this is correct. Earth is measured flat. That's not up for debate. It's not up for discussion. That's how it's measured.
But in reality, Nathan never shows any measurements. He have never done any own observations. He's always sitting in his chair at his home and spreading lies. The correct statement, Nathan, is we live on a globe, and it's not a statement that is any kind of fallacy at all. Let's move on to the next fool.
This is what refraction is. Hey, I see that person there, but there's a house in front of them. The house is refracting down and they're refracting up, so I don't see the house, but I see the person. That's what refraction is.
Oh dear, that's so stupid.
Antarctica is the shoreline of our world's oceans. It is what keeps the waters contained in our world pond.
No, it's not. And please note that David Weiss was offered a free trip to Antarctica, but he refused.
You're insignificant. You come from pond scum, and you've just evolved. You know, let me tell you a cool story. Once upon a time, there was nothing. It exploded and became everything. And then everything started turning into perfect balls, into perfect orbits. And then lightning struck and created an amoeba, which is impossible. And that amoeba turned into a fish. And then the fish grew legs and climbed out of the water and found another sexy fish with legs and had a monkey. And that monkey climbed a tree and had a human. And that's, where Jim and I came from. Okay? So, if you believe that, you are disconnected from reality.
And here we have David Weiss's younger brother. Oh dear. If someone believes in David Weiss, they are fooled. Because the story he told, no one believes that. It's not how we evolved and universe evolved. And now it's time for this video's real dumpster fire. I did find this one on Flat Earth's channel. Let's enjoy.
Is the Earth flat? Oh, here we go. I'm gonna get a lot of flack for this one, and I know for a fact people are just gonna scroll, but that's fine. Yes, it is 100%. It's flat. Matter of fact, 1,000% it's flat. Working for the Department of Navy, I can assure you, it is definitely flat. The weaponry that we use, the technology that we have on the ships, all laser guided. Trust me, wouldn't work on a ball. Let's just put it that way.
So, this clown claims that he works at the Pentagon, but I don't think so, because nothing of what he said about the Navy is true. All instruments we are using, our weapon systems and so on, only make sense on a globe.
It is a flat Earth plane. That's why you fly on an airplane, okay? You live on a plane, a flat plane, just so you know. Open up your Bible. It will tell you in the Bible that the Earth is stationary. It does not move, and it's flat. It's in the Bible. Go look it up. Anyway.
First of all, few Christians agree with him about that statement, and secondly, the Bible is not a science book.
On to the next question. Again with the glasses. What do you know about DUMBs? Another great question. And if you don't know what DUMBs are, it's deep underground military bases. That's what DUMBs are. A lot of people have been talking about this on TikTok, of how the elites are running away and they're going to go hide under the ground because they know that this catastrophe is coming. Not true. Not true.
The video you see in the background is filmed by me in a military bunker built for 340 soldiers during the Cold War. But I don't believe he have been in such a facility.
Okay? They've been living underground the whole time. Okay? How do you think they travel? How do you think they get from the East Coast to the West Coast? Do you think they jump on an airplane like me and you? No. There's an underground monorail that takes them from California to New York in probably an hour or less. And there's a whole city underground, okay, with shopping centers and you name it, it's down there. I've actually seen the maps of this. I have an old one and I also have an updated map, and I'll share that in one of my upcoming videos. I know a lot of people are going to be interested in this topic. There are entrances to a lot of these underground facilities. A lot of them are built into mountainsides, and they just kind of open up magically, and you'll see trucks driving in there bringing supplies. So if you wonder where all your food is gone, your real food, because if a lot of people will drive through America and they'll say, I see cows and I see pastures and I see corn and I see food being grown. Yeah, but it's not for you, okay? Your food is coming out of a laboratory, and their food is being grown naturally from the earth. And it's going to the underground facilities. It's not going to you in your local supermarket. Now, you can still get some natural meats and beefs and things, but you have to go to a farmer's market or like a real butcher shop. And
this was content from 3 bigger flat earthers. This is what they present on YouTube and other platforms nowadays. Rubbish. So it's hard to make good content when you're trying to debunk those fools, because all that I presented here is so damn stupid, so it's even hard to make a serious debunk video about it. But I will continue trying. Hope you liked this video. I will be back soon. See you then. Bye.